Greetings and hello once again. This is the ancient spirit Tralaka. Well, at least in spirit. We're going to go on with part 3 of healing, the aspects of healing from the viewpoint of an ancient spirit, a being who actually remembers very actively many lives and has seen what works and what doesn't, and is here to explain this stuff with no illusions and no deceptions. Now, let us rewind a little bit. A person, because of free will, if he or she chooses not to receive for any which manner of a million, gazillion plus one or two, and shake, rattle, and roll different excuses or reasons, they will not receive that healing or miracle. And it doesn't make a difference how many Bible thumpers are dancing around, or chanting, or priest wailing, or priestess screaming and wailing and throwing stuff in the air, and or incense and herbs and next door neighbor's pet, yeah, whatever. It doesn't make a difference. It don't make a difference. This is a pure fact from the understandings of an ancient spirit. The legal part of free will is very factual on this planet. In particular, the terms of choices to heal or not by the individual, regardless to what their belief or religion or cult or any variables in between practices are or is. Now, any human, okay, can claiming to be able to force heal anyone past the human's free will of not receiving, or is what is happening there in intricacies is that they are breaking a universal law by taking that free will choice away from that person who is injured, and putting their authority in front of that injured person's free will, which is that injured person's right to make the choice. This is so important. This is what you're not going to really see in the books. This is what you're not going to be told by weekend people who claim they can do all this stuff, because they don't want to talk about this stuff, because they just want to make some money so they can buy some really good beer instead of that cheap light stuff. Now, these kind of deceptions most always have a repercussion in the grander scheme, or not scheme, but the grander understanding and how your lifetimes go on and go this way and go this way, because of these type of violations of someone, that in their own personal life, to let human understand this is not the way to heal. They're fellow humans. This is the ways and means of the universe and application that proper protocol has to be followed. You cannot violate laws of the universe in order to heal someone who doesn't desire it. Not want. Want is not an emotion. The universe understands absolutes and clear emotions. Okay? Let's say a person hurt his or her the leg. Okay, let's use a leg. Okay, they went themselves to a known healer. Okay, they went to a known healer because, let's say, the wife suggested it, or daughter just like throwing flowers around saying this is the thing to do. So he is like, yeah, whatever, let's try it out. So he goes to the healer and he slaps down some change, and what he receives when he leaves is not going to be much of a change. Okay, when though he went to the healer, but once again, he didn't make that choice. No, I said two things have to happen to get real healing and also to, real miracles. If you go to a place and you're like, yeah, whatever, you're going to get a yeah, whatever in return. This is how the dynamics of these situations work. Okay? Let's say that a person who came in for a healing was not fully unconditionally allowing for those two things I just mentioned to have happened. He or she will not either, whether to not going to allow it or to come in, or allowing it to flow unheeded through their different levels of their mind, body, and spirit. They're going to receive only a fraction. The only person who's going to get the full thing is the person who's getting paid for the healing situation. Okay. Sometimes things get in the way of a person allowing to receive, such as distractions or too busy of a mind that they don't know how to slow down or address for a later time, or forgetting to turn off the cell phone or the iPad or the whatever do dicky whatever touch screen whatever. Uh, that human is not going to be able to stay in the allowance and that choice to receive the healing. Okay, let's say same thing with people with the busy minds. I'm going to bring that up again. People with the really busy minds, the healers need to sit down for a few minutes before and help work through this. This is part of the responsibility of a healer because of what they're supposed to know. Okay, now let's say at times it is because a person, let's say this person who has much bothering of dark spirits or energies within his or her life, and they gang up on that person who is to receive these healing energies and cause this noisy mischief within the person's mind. So no healing is happening, which the mischief spirits or beings are more than happy to have their host body they've hijacked stay hurt or ill, so they can have more control over the poor particular being's body. Okay, now remember, any form of darkness or evil entity, and it don't make a difference whether it is an off-world being, trans-dimensional being, multi-dimensional being, a being who likes really cheap beer. Uh, Poor guy or lady. My heart bleeds for you. They know full well on how to do miracles. These nasty beings also, and they understand it, all the way through the 10th dimensions and beyond in their own aspect. But for darker entities or lower entities, situation beings, they rather keep that being sick, particularly of an aspect of the mind than the body, so they can wreak much more havoc and control with this being to other beings around them for a very widespread part of years and years and years. Once again, I use the term free will for as much as the power of choice. Once again, here I will use the term free will for as much as the power of choice it gives humans. It gives miswording it for nasty beings to be able to hurt and manipulate, as long as they keep it, that understanding, away from the spirit humans, so they can cause harm to the humans and have all sorts of their own fun at our expense. Okay, now this here is going to get into a little bit more detail yet. The word free will be used, let's say, on the planet Mars or the moon, let's say, it may work to a degree, but one would have to understand the laws which pertain to within this, this the effect of the planet Mars or its moons or the moon of Earth or the moons of Jupiter, because these laws, there isn't just, these laws are variables. It depends upon the experience you're having. It depends upon the gravity well that your planet is in associated to time versus experience, which goes against the universal laws. It goes within the universal laws. So what's getting down here is the applications will be a little bit different as you have different experiences on different planets or moons or asteroids and so forth. Understand this. Please understand this. Okay. Now, da 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 da. This here is the ancient spirit Tralaka, talking straight from personal experience through the lifetimes, bringing it here, explaining it. Please understand it. Take notes. This is the ancient Tralaka. Good night. Take care. Journey far. Take many notes when you wake up. Please. Good night.